And today's the 25th of September? All right. Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Monday Morning Podcast for Monday. Did I say podcast? Podcast for Monday, September 25th, 2017. What's going on? How are you? What's up? I am back from Toronto, Canada, and every once in a long while, I have a guest, and I always get good guests, and today is no exception. We have the great Felipe Esparza on here, who has a welcome, first of all.
Welcome. Thanks for having me. What's up, fool?
There you go. Felipe Esparza from the What's Up, Fool podcast. And let's get all the hype out of the way at first. We got, you have a new HBO special.
Yes, a new HBO special on September 30th at 10.
September 30th at 10 on HBO. That's where the HBO specials are, called Translate This. So let's get into it. Tell me about that. What was it like to shoot a hour-long special for HBO?
It was good. I shot it myself. I got the money together. I saved up some money, and my wife and I we chose San Jose Improv, and we got Claude Shires. And it was all DIY, you know.
So you did it yourself,
Yeah.
and then HBO liked it so much?
They bought it.
Oh, so when you were doing it, you weren't thinking like,
I was
holy
thinking
shit, I'm doing an HBO
I
special.
don't know where it's gonna go. Like, I hope it goes to Netflix somewhere, even Amazon.
No, but I think that's a great way to do. How the fuck is nobody giving you a shot?
I don't know.
You know why. You're not white like me. I got to be honest, before I did this, I always look up like videos and all that type of stuff to make sure I got something to talk about so it doesn't become this, like my biggest fear with these interviews is it's just going to become this horrific staring contest because I'm such a huge fan of what you do. And I had never seen the Ari Shaffir, when Ari Shaffir was hosting the show, This Isn't Happening.
Yeah.
When you told that whole story about being in the gang and fighting the guy, biting his ear off and shit. It's just like I was listening to that story. It was like, this is like at least 3 different Tarantino movies. And then you ended it in just such a nice place. I don't want to force you to tell the story again, but if you could just recap.
I don't mind.
Start by, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Boyle Heights, California, Los Angeles, but East LA. But it's called Boyle Heights. East LA is like further east of Los Angeles. It's by almost close to Monterey Park. But Boyle Heights is the neighborhood.
Wait, how far away is that, to put it in white perspective, how far away is that from the Staples Center?
Ooh. If I were to walk, it would take me like an hour.
So if you were to drive, probably 50 minutes with LA traffic.
15 minutes.
Okay, cool.
A 30-minute bus ride.
Okay, 30-minute bus ride. So you grew up, what decade? You're a child of what?
80s.
You're the 80s.
I grew up in the 80s.
So that was the real deal.
Yeah, I grew up in my neighborhood was in the housing projects, Pico Gardens. And there was like 3 separate housing projects. There was Aliso Village, Pico Aliso, and then Pico Gardens from 1st Street to like 6th Street.
Okay.
And there was like shit, man. There was like a shitload of gangs, like maybe 11.
How did you know when you're not in a gang and you're a young kid, how do you negotiate? Like, I got to get from my house, I got to go pick up I got to go do my laundry, I got to go to school. How do you negotiate? Is it, now, are gangs 24/7?
Oh, yeah, man.
They're 24/7?
In that neighborhood, they were 24/7. See, I
always thought they came out around 5, like anybody with like just living the regular lifestyle goes to bed and then they just kind of give up the area there. And then
those gangs, they come out at 5, they're like the gangs that are still living in a gentrified neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
They don't come out in the daytime because they might call the cops on them.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man, but most gangs, from Echo Park, they come out at night, man, robbing people.
Really?
Yeah, they come out at night. Those gangs, wherever there's gentrification, those gangs are still around, but they come out at night and they gangbang at different areas, but they're still gangbanging. They don't forget.
How old were you the first time you got mugged?
I got mugged the first time when I was like 18 years old. My friend Coco.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
I got mugged
18.
Downtown Crossing when I was like in 8th grade.
That I was selling crack on my first day. Within 1 hour, I got robbed. Somebody put a knife behind my back, another knife in front of me, and they took all my crack away.
Took all your crack away? So
yeah.
then what do you have to do?
Oh, I had to go back to the guy who gave it to me, a friend of mine who I grew up with. He passed away already. They used to call him Coco.
Uh-huh.
And we grew up together. Him and I were from second grade to adults. I needed money at the time. I got somebody pregnant, and I didn't know how to make money. So I asked him for a job in the criminal business. Can I, hey, man, I had no money.
How does that go down? You're probably trying to avoid it. It's like, I don't want to sell drugs, but I kind of have to now. I got a kid coming.
So help me. So he gave me like $100 of crack, 100. He told me, just bring me back 100, then I give you more to sell. So as soon as I got out, they didn't know who I was in that neighborhood. They just came around me and they took all my stuff. They didn't hurt me or anything. I was begging for can I keep my ID? And they gave my ID.
Oh, they did. How scared were you?
I was scared, man. I thought they were going to kill me right there. I felt like I was young. I was really scared. But I was calm, I wasn't like,
Right.
Just take it, man. Just take it. Leave me alone. I just walked out of it. Take it. I didn't fight them or nothing because I know they would have killed me or stabbed me or worse. So I went back to my friend Coco, and I told him what happened. And I thought, he was going to be okay, man. It's all right. It's your first day. It happens. No, man. Man, that night escalated. Like, it took he gave me the crack at like around midnight. I got robbed around 1:30. At 2:30 in the morning, I'm back at his house. What? Who robbed you, cuz?
So what happened?
He gave me a gun. He gave me a pistol.
Christ.
And he got himself a pistol, and he put a blue handkerchief on his head, and he put a black beanie on, and we both went looking for those guys.
And you must have been praying to God, like, I don't want to murder somebody the first time.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I was praying, please don't find those guys.
Wow.
Because right there, I was like, I would have probably done anything he would have told me. I was vulnerable. I was weak.
Right.
I didn't know what to do. So we went together, and we saw one guy that saw what happened, but he didn't do anything. And then he kind of hit him real hard. And who did it, man? Where are they at? Then I said, man, it wasn't him, man. It wasn't him. So it wasn't him.
Wait, how did that hit? So you go, I remember that guy standing there watching me get robbed. So now this poor bastard gets dragged into it.
He gets dragged into it. He got gun slapped, by my friend. My friend didn't even ask him no questions. He just hit him in the face hard, man, and he started bleeding from his ear. And I just said, wow, man. He was looking at me like, come on, man, please tell him it wasn't me.
So you waited till after the pistol slap. Oh, I meant to tell you this. It wasn't him. So
nothing happened to him, and we went back, and later on, those guys who actually did it walked back and gave it back, everything. Gave back the crack to that guy, and everything was cool.
Because what he had...
They said, sorry, we didn't know that.
They were afraid of that guy?
Yeah, sorry, we didn't know Batman was with you.
Yeah, that was your street nickname.
Yeah.
So then after that, then they knew that you were with him, so then people stopped fucking with you.
People stopped messing with me, yeah.
Jesus Christ. This is what kills me about you, is you have 1,000 of those stories, and you're the most relaxed, laid-back guy ever. Where did it all go? Because, dude, look at me. I sound like I lived your life, and you sound like you lived my life. You sound like you grew up in a nice little cul-de-sac area and played street hockey, and I'm all fucking wound up. How did you do that?
Well, I have parents. I have my mom and dad, and most of my crazy friends in the projects, the crazier ones, they didn't have a mom and dad.
Right.
They had nobody telling him, you better come home early, or there was nobody telling those kids to come home when the lights go on in the streets. So they had nobody telling them what to do, how to live right, no discipline. I have my mom and dad. My dad worked, and my mom worked at a elementary school as a nurse.
They were be home from selling crack when the street lights came on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that.
But I've always
that family foundation.
But I've always.
Wait, I don't get that. Now you're talking you got a home life, but you're telling you're doing all this other shit.
But then when I was a kid, when I was 13, 12, 14 years old, I wasn't crazy.
I see what you're saying.
Got crazy after high school. After I got someone pregnant, I just didn't know what to do. But I was always a little hustler, man. My mom would sell Avon, and I would go collect the money for her.
Uh-huh.
So I learned how to collect money for people, at least. From my mom, was always selling Herbalife, Avon. She was always selling something. Because we lived by the warehouses in downtown LA where the factories are at, where all the trucks would come in and pick up stuff from the trains and take them to stores. So my mom knew where we used to go to this one factory, and we used to put a bunch of that synthetic cotton, the plastic one. They would throw it away. my mom and I would put it in bags, like hefty bags. Mm-hmm. And then we go to another place where they would throw these raggedy old sheets. And then my mom would sew those raggedy old sheets with the cotton. And then we'll go door to door in a housing project selling pillows.
So you guys were a real green family, man. You were there recycling. That's wonderful.
Everything we sold, we found in the trash. And we sold it we sold pillows. I used to, when I was like 14, I used to walk to downtown
What would
LA.
you do with pallets? Would you build a little house and then sell that?
No, man, that's too much work. We want fast money.
Oh, okay.
Cash. There was a bunch of factories where I live. I felt like Henry Hill from Goodfellas,
right?
Because they were always stealing stuff from the airport, and we were always taking stuff from these factories. I wasn't stealing from these factories. My friends were. I was taking stuff from the trash. Like there was a watermelon factory, and they would throw away rotten watermelons, and I would get the watermelons and cut them in half.
What is a watermelon? Like they make watermelon? Like
They
you grew them.
No, they would get them from the farmer, I guess, and they would hold them there. They have pallets full of watermelon because there's like a grocery area of downtown LA where every grocer
gets all this
gets
stuff.
all their stuff, flowers, stereos, you name it, piñatas. I know where everything is at. Suits, cheap suits. I know where everything's at. So we get the
So you would hang out and just go to the dumpsters, and whatever they threw out, you would then go sell.
Yeah, I will cut that watermelon in half and then go sell it to those Mexicans, day laborers, everybody that's working in the factories, bunch of immigrants.
Right.
And I would sell the half a watermelon for $1, $2, $5. I would just cut the rotten piece off, you know what I mean? Or every once in a while, nobody's looking, I would send my little homegirl, this little lesbian, well, she's a lesbian now, but we didn't know she was a lesbian now. She was like a tomboy.
Right.
I would send her in there with my brother, and they would like, when nobody was looking, they would throw good watermelon in the trash can too. So we had a mixture of good and bad watermelons.
How long did you stay in that whole world of selling crack and all of that and all those fights and biting the guy's ear off and all that shit before you became a comedian? Like how long was that period of your life?
That was my period from 18 years old to like 21 and a half.
21 and a half.
Because at 21 is when I was like messing up already, man. I was smoking a lot of PCP. That was like my drug of choice for the time being. And man, I used to get all crazy.
What is PCP?
PCP is like, I think it's elephant tranquilizer. That's what people tell me.
I used to always hear that growing up. PCP, angel dust, and all that. And
yeah, angel dust is like a crystallized PCP. You could put it in a cigarette. But PCP, in my neighborhood, we were at the PCP capital of Los Angeles. Like in my neighborhood, they sold gallons of it. People they would have sparkless water full of PCP. So everybody had PCP.
Wait a minute. How did you ingest it? You smoked it?
No, you did like I'm giving away secrets here.
No, I don't want to.
No, I'll tell you.
I'm asking because everybody tries to act like they understand all this shit.
Man.
I'm a booze hound,
menthol.
so I don't know any of that stuff.
You will get a Newport cigarette, preferably a menthol cigarette, a Newport, and then you dip it inside like a little jar, like just a tip, and that's a $5 tip. That's a $5 dip. You dip it again, that's 10. You dip a whole one, it's 20. You soak it, it's $30. It's by dip. No,
I get it. That's like when I drink booze. There's like the 10-year-old shit, the 12-year-old, all the way up to 25. Then you get into the cognacs, and they can be like, I don't know, wines and shit could be like a century-year-old or something.
So this one night, I'm smoking PCP.
Just because I'm stupid as hell when it comes to it. So what is it? What's that high like?
Man, it's like you're the Incredible Hulk.
Oh,
if somebody attacks you.
Oh, this is this shit when like 5 cops show up and they got to get 5 more.
Did you see that Charles Bronson movie, Death Wish 3? When that one white boy, like the surfer, he's fighting other police officers. He's on PCP.
Oh, okay. I got to rewatch that.
Yeah, man. PCP, you think you have like Incredible Hulk strength, but you just have like you don't feel pain. While people are hitting you, man. You could just keep attacking forever, you know what I mean?
Right, and then the next morning you wake up and you feel like you played 12 years in the NFL.
Yeah, man.
All right, so the first time you smoke PCP and that shit hits you, it's like literally like you're turning into like a superhero.
Yeah, man. But there's one time
what did you do? Did you try to bend something?
Nah.
That's what I would
I
have done.
fought cops now.
No, that's what I would have done. I would have tried to pull something off the fucking wall.
I bit a guy's ear off now. Well, when I was like walking around, people, I was becoming to be known as Batman. You know, he's crazy. Watch out for him.
Why did they call you Batman?
Because I love Batman, and I used to wear those superhero underoos.
At 18?
Yeah, man. Well, the Batman shirt still fits, so I wore it. And I don't know where to get a Batman shirt anywhere else.
Was the Underoos factory right down the street? You took it out of the dumpster.
To the Bat Projects.
Yeah. That's amazing. All right, so you're doing all that.
I'm watching, I'm at the drive-in theater with my friends, smoking PCP, watching Terminator 2.
Asking, saying I'd fight that guy.
Yeah, man. And I was thinking about the guy that's been bullying me for the last 2 weeks. So I go.
Wait. If you smoke that, say a guy, if you was, I shouldn't do this because I'm like doing a commercial here for the drug. Say there's somebody bullying you, you can't beat that guy, right? If you were to smoke some PCP, it definitely would give you the belief. But can it overcome how slow you are and your inability to slip a punch and all? You just walk through his shit.
Yeah, man. You just throwing punches because when I got into a fight with this guy, they told me I was doing things that I don't remember doing. Like they told me that I took my belt off and I was whipping them all over the.
All right, you got. We keep alluding to the story. You got to tell the story, right? So you're Batman. You got on your underoos. You smoked PCP at the drive-in. You saw the Terminator 2.
When I left the Terminator 2 movie, I come back in the project and I see this guy that he's like an old dude, man. He's like 30 years old. He just came out of prison. He don't know who I am. He's like calling me bad names and pushing me, and I don't want to fight him, pushing me. Then finally I socked him in the face, but I kind of missed. Then he hit me right in the eye, and he hit me hard, and my eye got black right away. And he punched me in the face. I started bleeding. Then he started choking me. So when he started choking me, that's when I went crazy. I went crazy, man. I lifted him up, dropped him, I bit his ear off, first of all. I bit his ear off.
You turned into the Hulk.
I bit his ear off, man. I was like the Hulk Hogan. Let me tell you, brother.
Let me ask you this. When you bit his ear off, were you underneath or you on top of him?
I was like underneath him. He was choking me.
And you just, all of a sudden, that PCP kicked in?
I bit it off, man. I never thought, man, skin is so easy to bite off. And
yeah, well, that thing gross you out or nothing?
No, not even, man. I spit it out, and I started punching him. And then my friends told me that...
Wait, what did he do?
Oh, man, he took the hits like a soldier.
So when you bit his ear off, this guy's still swinging?
He freaked out. He's screaming like a little girl.
Okay.
He's in pain. So
actually, he's kind of screaming like a guy who got his ear bit off.
He's screaming,
I think at that
man.
point, I think you're still a man if you go up a few octaves when you're missing a fucking ear.
But I don't know why I bit his ear off. I mean, I guess I had no choice, you know. He was choking me.
Sounded like that was the move.
No one was helping me.
He didn't seem like he was going to be stopping. All right, so you beat it. Then you took your belt off and you were...
My friends told me that I took my belt off and I started whipping him. Like, he was like chasing him with a belt, whipping him like he was like a runaway property or something.
And how many people are witnessing this?
I think like 12, 15 people. But they're all like cheering me on, cheering him on. Nobody's helping.
Do you know how many hits that would get like nowadays if
Dude.
That would be... That would be like, it would be epic PCP guy, epic belt guy. There'd be something like that.
I would have been in a rap song, auto-tune, Batman.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So you don't remember doing that. So there was like, oh, fuck, this guy's going to kill me. Then you start to bite his ear off. You're like, wow, ears come off really easily. Then you sort of black out. And then like, well, you just sort of came to with like blood all over you going like, did I just eat a hot dog or something?
Yeah, the next day I'm walking around. It's like 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. I don't know, man. I'm looking at my body. It's full of blood. My pants, my face. You know, I have a black eye. My shirt is full of blood. I have no idea what happened.
You probably thought it was your blood.
Wow, I don't know. Like, whoa, man. I was like checking to see if I got shot or stabbed by somebody. I didn't know. Then my friends told me what happened, and the guy was he went to the hospital for a broken ribs,
a missing ear,
you know.
What, he just put Neosporin on that? How's that work?
And he was laying in bed, and they asked him if, do you want to press charges, you know, because everybody know, there was witnesses. Everybody knew who did it, and he said no. we're gonna handle it the right way. And I was like, I didn't even know this until later on, like a week later. They go, yeah, man, I think there's like a green light on you right now. And I mean, like, green light? What do you mean green light? Yeah, man, shoot to kill if they see you.
What the fuck? So that's the first time you ever heard that. So now,
Yeah.
what do you do besides not go outside? Do they know where you live?
They know where I live, but I don't know he's still in the hospital though, but everything's calm, but he's still in the hospital, but I could feel tension from people who I thought were my friend at one time, who I grew up with, they were turning on me, like, because I was never in their gang. I was in another gang.
When you watch The Wire, do you like fall asleep? Is it like boring to you? Because
I never watched The Wire.
You don't need to. You lived
Yeah.
it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds like an award-winning series to me.
I'm more like blood in, blood out.
So wait a minute. So now there's a green light on you.
Yeah, and
Okay. At some point, you got to go outside to get food because you're hungry.
yeah. So I'm
When you have a green light on you in East LA, what's a good time to go out if you got to go hit the Mayfair Market or whatever? What's a good time to head
the best
out?
thing to do right when you have a green light from anybody, whether it comes from prison or if it comes from just the neighborhood, it's just leave, man. Move somewhere safe, like Modesto.
What's a more serious green light? If it came from prison or from the neighborhood, or they?
Oh man, if it comes from prison, you're a dead man, man. I mean, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go, man. And I read about these things, on television, on books. There's no way coming back from that. But there was only like a green light from his neighborhood,
Can't just go to the mall.
No,
Just
man.
go to like the Grove, pick a really white mall, and just.
You know what? All those thoughts came to my mind at that time. Like, man, I wish I was like the French Prince of Bel-Air. I wish I had
a rich white guy to take.
a rich white guy or a rich fucking Mexican guy.
Oh no, wait, they weren't on that show. That was Different Strokes.
That was Different Strokes, Mr.
Right.
Drummond.
They switched it up. They're like, it's Different Strokes, except the
Never
parents
thought
are black.
about it
Yeah.
till right now, yeah.
That's what they always do that shit.
So my mom called Father Greg Boyle. He's like this priest that I grew up with in the neighborhood. He's from the Homeboy Industries here in LA.
That's a thing.
Yeah, he helps gang members.
That's a cool name. All right,
Father Greg Boyle, he's like a priest from my neighborhood, and he's always helped the neighborhood. Like, he would go out his way to help people. He would if he's driving, and then he will pick up kids that were drunk off the streets and take them home. He did that a couple of times for me.
in a good way.
In a good way. Yeah, like if you're a gang member in the wrong neighborhood and then you're pretty much someone's gonna kill you in that neighborhood, Father Greg Boy will tell you, get in the van. I'll take you back home.
As a gang member, how do you end up in the wrong neighborhood other than a woman?
Oh man, I'm PCP.
Oh,
There
goddamn PCP.
There's
right?
there's no heroin in your neighborhood, so now you gotta go buy heroin somewhere else. There's no crack in the neighborhood. It's a dry spell somewhere, and you got to get high, so you got to go to another neighborhood and buy it.
Oh God!
Or you have an aunt.
So how do they know you're in a different gang? You don't go over there wearing your colors, right?
Oh man, the most of the hardcore gang members, they wear their colors, man. They're not gonna stop wearing their colors.
Oh boy!
They're not undercover. They're 24/7. But I wasn't even one of those guys. I was nothing like that. I was just a guy who was just hanging around with these kids. Then one day I get jumped into a gang, and I'm getting into so much trouble. But I have no idea.
How long is to get beaten into a gang? Just in case I ever fuck my life up and I go to prison. When I go to prison, my only hope is I got to join the Aryan Nazi guys. I got to listen to their bullshit and pretend I believe it just to save myself. How long is that beatdown?
Well, in the streets, it would be like, I guess, whatever number the gang is. So if it's 18th Street, you're going to get beat up for 18 seconds.
That's it?
Yeah. Or
But, I mean, how many guys?
all of them.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Can I strike the that's it from the record there?
Because when I got jumped in, I was just hanging out, man. Like, I was just hanging out. And then somebody said, hey, man, you want to get jumped in? And I wasn't going to say no. If I say no, I'm a punk. I'm going to get jumped in. I'm going to get jumped for being a punk. So I said, fuck it, let's do it. And then I punched the guy next to me for no reason. Well, because I want to prove that I'm tough. So the guy next to me, I just knocked him out with one punch, man. And then I hit, like he wasn't even looking. I said, let's do this. And then like I hit him, man. You know, you got to be ready, big dog. You got to look out, homie.
That's that Warren Sapp moment. Keep your head on a swivel. I bet he gave the other guy shit later. Like, hey, next time you're going to jump somebody in, can you not say it when I'm sitting right next to him? You knew he was a lefty. What the fuck? So you get beat up, and
I got jumped by everybody. Like
so you get one in, and did you get more than one in? Or did you get one in?
I got two in, one him and another guy. But then after that, I felt like Nike Cortex all over my face.
So you're just laying on the ground, and you're just going one Mississippi, two, but just waiting for this rain of Foot Locker to stop coming down on you.
Yeah, man. I was like, I thought I was never gonna stop, man.
So what do you do? I would just.
Finally they stopped. All right, hit enough. Then everybody's hugging me. The same people that were beating my brains up were hugging me and kissing me. I love you. You're my boy. You're my family now. And they're like, wow.
So then you come home, okay, and then you're just sitting there, all right, with fucking sneaker marks all over you, and you're going like, okay, now I guess I'm in a gang. Jesus Christ. Okay, so then what happens?
What happened was I started hanging around.
You know when white people talk about white privilege, go, dude, what the fuck is this? This is what it is.
Totally.
Yeah, you can sit there selling lemonade at the end of your driveway and not have to worry about accidentally. Did I just join a gang?
There was.
Hey, there's a green light on you. You were selling lemonade at the end of the wrong driveway.
You're in the wrong neighborhood.
Okay.
There was but you know, like there was two white boys in my neighborhood that were gangs.
Was one the redheaded kid from Children of the Corn?
Exactly, he was.
He was.
Well, there was one guy. He was a blood actually.
Malachi. He was from East LA.
Snowman, they call him.
Okay.
There was actually two white boys.
I find
that
offensive, by the way, but continue.
There was two white boys in the hood, man, and they were both gangbangers. And one thing about white boy cholos, like when you see a white boy join a gang, like when you see a white guy, like someone like you, and you're hanging around with nothing but Mexicans, white guys are the most craziest gangsters when they're in a Mexican gang. They do stuff that a Mexican man would never think of. Like, I remember this one white guy, Snowman, he was a blood. He said, man, let's go do a home invasion. And everybody was asking him where. He goes, my mom's house.
Oh, he wanted a home game. All right. That's not right.
Like he wanted all the homies to rob his house. Because he wanted his mom and dad to get robbed.
Why?
Because I don't know. That was his idea.
Because they were mad. They're probably saying, stop hanging out with all those Mexicans.
Probably, man. That was his idea. And I was like, damn.
So they probably behaved that way because they felt no matter what, they had to constantly prove.
Constantly, man.
Because technically, they could just get a haircut or whatever, put away the flannel, and just slip
away, man.
Slip away down at the Grove.
Slip away, become a social worker.
And that'll be it. So how long were you in this gang for, and did you ever get beaten out?
No, I was in this gang till when Father Greg, when I bit that guy's ear off, I went to rehab. My Father Greg Boyle took me to rehab, and I disappeared I'm still gone. I never went back.
Oh, you never went back? Oh, all right. When you get beaten out of a gang, how long is that beat down?
As long as they want to. I know I had a guy in the podcast named Fabian who was in a gang, and he talked about he got beat out. He got jumped out, and he said that when he got jumped, it just lasts longer. But his uncle is still in the gang.
It's kind of a simple expression.
His uncle is still in the gang, so his uncle oversaw him getting jumped out, so he didn't get hurt that bad. I don't have an uncle.
Okay.
I probably would have got killed if I would have got jumped out when I was 20. But
now the white version of that is our dad's the judge, so we don't go to jail of whatever the fuck we just did. Your version is you got an uncle that oversees being jumped out. I got to tell you, dude, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. I don't know. In case somebody's just walking by somebody's recorder, it always feels weird to have to like re-hype something. So you're special on HBO. You shot yourself, learning all of your do-it-yourself stuff from fucking going around to those warehouses, making pillows out of nothing. You ended up shooting this at the Improv in San Jose, which is one of my favorite clubs. Isn't that a great club? Because you feel like you're doing a theater, even though it's a club. It's tremendous. And you shot it there. It's going to be on HBO September 30th at 10 o'clock, called Translate This. Now, are you? I know you're a great joke writer, but I saw in Ari Shafir's. You told the amazing story that you touched on today. Is your stand-up style in this more joke telling, more storytelling, or both?
You know what? My comedy special it's more about how I got to this country with my parents and being a single father and being a cheater. But yeah, man, I cheat a lot. I get caught cheating all the time. I'm bad. I can't help it. I love women. I talk about getting caught cheating because I was caught cheating. You know, Bert, both girls showed up to my house.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? And man, it was crazy. And they asked me, what do you got to say for yourself?
How long?
Checkmate.
How long was that beat down? Was that longer than 18 seconds?
It was crazy. They showed up in the same car.
They talk to each other.
Yeah, man.
Well, now they film it and shit, and then you go in there, and then you got to do like an apology and all of that shit.
The first 48.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you're gonna, dude. I can't wait to see this.
But
special. I can't. I really, honestly, dude.
All right.
As a stand-up comedian, I cannot wait to see this thing. You're one of the most interesting dudes I've ever. How are you so fucking happy-go-lucky? I don't get it.
I don't know, man. I just love life. You know, I'm never gonna go back to that type of lifestyle that I had in my 20s, and I just love living life, man. And I'm not gonna say that I'm perfect because I did fall off the. I was right after I went to rehab. I was sober for 11 years. Like I didn't touch no drugs, I didn't touch no alcohol, no beer, nothing. But along the way, you know, the more I did stand-up comedy, the more, you know, I did it, not going nowhere. I went back to smoking crack.
You went right back to crack? Mm-hmm. So you never really were a booze guy, huh?
No.
It's probably, I don't know, booze, the more studies they do, it's like the worst.
Ralphie May retweeted my tweet the other night, and I don't understand what he meant at first because I was in Houston, and he retweeted, watch out for those spoons, bro. And then like, what the hell is Ralphie May talking about, them spoons? Then I said, oh, shit. Bert, I got coked out in Houston, Texas.
They're known for that there?
Yeah, I couldn't do no more coke because my nose was bleeding. So I wanted to rock it up and smoke it in crack instead, you know. Because I wanted.
So you're just like, I'm just going to snort a couple of lines.
Yeah.
What did you anticipate? Like, you like, fuck this, when I go to Houston, I'm going to party? Or was it just a spontaneous thing and all of a sudden you just said, fuck it?
Oh, man, I was over there. I was working the Laugh Stop in Houston. Shout out to Pete, always booking me, Pete, and from the Laugh Stop. I started partying, man. I started partying, and I couldn't find no powder, no coke. So I hope you don't mind me telling this, but I called up Joe Diaz. I said, hey, Joe Diaz, you know anybody over here? You calling me at 6 in the morning, cocksucker? What the fuck is wrong with you? Calling me at 6 in the morning, you fucking cocksucker?
That's a great Joey.
I know somebody. So he knew somebody. I know that he goes, talk to this comedian. So I spoke to this comedian, and then this little Mexican fool showed up all week, taking care of me. I give him free tickets every day. Thank you. And I don't know what happened, man, but I did too much coke, and I felt like I can't do no more coke through my nose. You know, something's gonna go bad. I want to smoke crack now. You know what I mean? I don't want steak. I want burgers now.
Dude, a reoccurring story with you is I don't know what happened. Last time you didn't know what happened, you were whipping somebody with a belt. Now you don't know what happened. There's like a fucking hole in your nose. Jesus, dude, how long ago was this?
This was in 2006.
All right, so okay,
2007, 2006.
So you broke your record. You've gone. Oh no, it's 11. It's 11 years ago.
Yeah, I called up room service because I wanted to smoke crack, and I can't believe I called up room service, and I said, room service, I'm gonna need a big spoon and a baking soda brought over right now.
And they did not bring that to the room.
Oh, they brought it, man.
They did.
2 guys brought it. The guy from the front desk, he knew me because I made friends with him already from previous times. And he brought it, and it was like a big spoon, and he brought Arm & Hammer baking soda. And the guy with him, he just was with him to laugh at me, I guess. He goes, I guess he couldn't believe it, This guy just ordered baking soda and spoon. No way, let's go see. So they both open the door. They give it to me and they both laugh. But yeah, man, I wanted to smoke crack.
Okay, so and then how long were you off the wagon for?
From when?
Okay, so you're sober for 11 years. You go to Houston. You order a spoon and some baking soda. Now you snort coke. Now you're smoking. You partied that weekend. Did you just come back and go, what the fuck was that? And were you able to, or did you have to go to rehab again?
No, man. I continued partying, man, from that moment on. And the girl I was with, man, she ended up being a hermaphrodite. But that was another story for another time, But yeah, she was a hermaphrodite. She was born with a penis and a vagina.
Right. So, like, how long was she your girlfriend before you figured that out?
Well, we were partying for 3 nights straight.
You must be a gentleman.
Yes, that's what I was. I was a gentleman. I didn't want to touch her or nothing because she brought free coke, man. I can't be that guy. So I just kissed her a couple of times, but then by the third night, we were up for 3 nights straight, her and I. But when I finally found out, I was like, whoa, man, yeah, that's a big skin tag you got there.
So was that enough? So was that enough to get you sober again?
No, man. I didn't get sober again till 2009.
You blew through that stop sign. All right, so now we're still going.
I didn't get sober till 2009.
Oh fuck!
I was off and on.
And you were already doing. So during those periods, you were still doing stand up, and you were.
Yeah, I was doing stand up. I was even. I even got to go to Montreal Comedy Festival in 2005, and I was bad. I did the Young Comedian show, and I did well. I guess I did well. I got a little print on the Hollywood Reporter. I got an agent, UTA, actually, that
obviously
year.
They didn't have any idea you were high?
No, man. I was smoking crack in Montreal, too. I hooked it up. I mean, I found crack in Montreal. It's funny. I saw a Mexican guy in Montreal, and I knew he spoke Spanish. And I told him, man.
How could you tell?
I just could tell, man. He had the boots. He had that look like I need a job,
I don't even know what that means. It's hilarious.
He got the boots. He had that look like I just got here, cross country. So he spoke Spanish. No English, but he knows how to speak French now, but with a Mexican accent.
He's doing all the romantic languages. He'll do
so
Italian
he was there, and he came back.
A romance languages.
Yeah, man, crack.
Well, all right, dude. You are. I could talk to you for like fucking 10 hours, and you just don't run out. It's amazing, man. I don't know. Thank God you're still here.
I'm sober now, man.
I know, but all the stuff you've done, like realistically, you probably could have died in 80% of the stories you just.
Man, I'm glad
told.
I'm alive.
Yeah. I am too, man, because I think you're a fucking amazing comedian and person. I'm psyched that you're on the All Things Comedy Podcast Network with the What's Up Fool podcast. I wish you nothing but the best with your stand-up special. HBO, Saturday, September 30th. Set your DVRs, whatever the kids do now, your cord cutters, whatever you do to fucking see this thing. And more success to you, and stay out of Houston.
I will. Okay? What's up, fool?
All right. Thanks, Felipe.
Thanks. Billy Burr.
All right, that was Felipe Esparza, man. That fucking guy is amazing. Please check out his special. I just said all that shit. I got to do my reads here, and then I'm going to talk a little NFL football, maybe answer a couple of questions, fill out the rest of this hour here. All right, our first. Oh, Jesus, look who's back. It's old Zip Recruiter. Talk about the challenge of finding. I'm not doing that. With Zip Recruiter, you can post your job to 100 plus job sites with just one click. Then their powerful technology efficiently matches the right people to your job better than anyone else. That's why Zip Recruiter is different. Unlike any other site, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. In fact, 80% of employees who post jobs on Zip get a quality candidate through the site within one day. No more juggling emails. You don't have time for that shit, or calls to your office. Simply screen, rate, manage candidates all in one place at ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use dashboard. Find out today why Zip has been used by businesses of all sizes to find the most quality job candidates with immediate results. And right now, my listeners can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/Burr. That's ZipRecruiter.com/Burr. One more time for free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/Burr. All right. MVMT, also known as Movement, the company that was started by two broke college kids that wanted to wear stylish watches but couldn't afford them. They had no money, and somehow they started a watch company. So they started their own watch company. How is this like how you started? Well, I didn't have any money, and then I started a comedy club. I built my career. I don't know, fuck it. What, I got to come up with like a metaphor here? Movement watches start at just $95 at a department store. You're looking at $400 to $500, and that's why people steal. No more shoplifting or boosting, whatever your people call it. Movement figured out that by selling online, they were able to cut out the middleman and retail markup, providing the best possible experience. Over 1 million watches sold in over 160 countries. Get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to movementwatches.com. That's MVMT.com/Burr. This watch has a really clean design. Seriously, I've been getting compliments, and not just on my eyes. They're talking about the watch. Now is the time to step up your watch game. Go to MVMT.com/Burr. Join the movement. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, Stamps.com. The cornerstone of this podcast's advertisement. Avoid the hassle, man, of the post office and mail everything from postcards to envelope to packages, domestic or international. Create your Stamps account in just minutes online with no equipment to lease and no long-term commitments. Click, print, mail, and you're done. Unlike the post office, Stamps.com never closes. Print postage for letters or packages at your convenience 24/7. Keywords/descriptors. I guess I'm supposed to say this. It's convenient. It's easy. It's reliable. It's flexible. All right? Just like your side piece there. Sorry. I use Stamps.com because, I always, whenever I sell posters at the end of my show, whenever I want to go out there and shake sweaty hands, and I need to send out my posters, I use Stamps.com, and I'm a moron. If I can figure it out, so can you. And right now, you too can enjoy the Stamps.com service with a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale without long-term commitments. Go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in Burr. That's Stamps.com. Enter Burr one more time. Hey! Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. All right, that's it. Okay? Stomach is growling here. I'm still on my fucking diet. Old Billy Diet. Some fucking asshole sent me a tweet going like, you're obsessed with your fucking weight. You look fine. Get help. It's like, dude, that's why I look fine, you fucking moron. You don't give a shit, you potato skins eating fat fuck. These guys with your thick fucking torsos. You know what I mean? Making that noise when you reach back to get the seatbelt. Trying to pull it around you. Running out of material. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? That guy who gets killed by his airbag because his fat face is too close to the miniature explosion. Anyways, All Things Comedy Festival, by the way. Podcast Festival, October 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th in Phoenix. Ticket links at BillBurr.com. By the way, I am going to do my first ever live Monday morning podcast there at the Stand Up Live Comedy Club. I'm going to do it live. I'll do it live, and I'm going to do it just how I do it at my fucking house. All right? I thought about getting a guest, and I was like, fuck that. That's not the charm of what it is that I do. So I'm just going to do it. I don't know what. I'll lay down on the stage. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do, but I'm going to do it the exact way I do. So if you ever wanted to see this shit live, this absolute train wreck, if you wanted to see what it looked like in real time, come on down to the Stand Up Live Comedy Club in Phoenix, Arizona, October 28th. I will be there. I don't know when tickets go on sale. I guess they're on sales now. They're on ticket links are at BillBurr.com. There you go. All right. Anyways, let's talk some NFL football. Did you guys enjoy it? Did your team win? My team won. The New England Patriots, who everybody said was going to go undefeated, and then we lost to the Kansas City Chiefs, and then everybody said, oh, wait a minute. I think Tom Brady is old now. I think he's washed up. I think the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win their first Super Bowl since 1970. That's what everybody said because the Kansas City Chiefs beat the New England Patriots in September. Now all of a sudden they can see January. How fucking crazy is that? How many fucking times? How many times are you going to watch the Giants go 0-2 and 0-3 and just start writing them off? You saw all the points they scored. Huh? You think they're not going to come back and beat Philly? They're not going to come back and beat Dallas later on this fucking year when they all get on the same page? They were protecting Eli much better, according to the 30 seconds of highlights that I saw. I'm sticking by my prediction. New England Patriots, New York Giants, Super Bowl rematch. All right? Until the Kansas City Chiefs, who I actually like. Until Andy Reid, who I'm not saying he's fat. Until those fuckers do something in January. All right? I think all of you need to sit down a little bit and fucking relax with all your shit talking. How many fucking guys have you seen throw for 500 yards in the regular season and get bounced out in the first round of the playoffs? How many times did you see a fucking guy zigzagging all over the field? You can't tackle him. And come playoff time, he's sitting on a fucking exercise bike wearing a tinted windshield across his eyes. Huh? The incredible lack of fucking respect that you gave our little quarterback that could, Tom Brady. How dare you? How dare you write off the New England Patriots after one fucking week? Huh? It's all wishful thinking. We're coming again. And we're going to take your hearts out. And we're going to pull them out of your chest. We're going to show them to you. And then we're going to underinflate them on our way to another fucking... Actually, we never got caught doing that. They just suggested that we did it, and they got laughed out of court. And then do I really need to address the stupid controversy of the fucking people taking a knee during the national anthem? You know, watching all these white people getting fucking upset by that, like does it really affect your fucking life? And all these fucking idiots trying to make the point of what they're doing. It's not about your point, the people who started this thing. It's about my point. It's about the way that I see it, you know? I had a buddy of mine go, yeah, these fucking guys, they make $1 million, you know? You think it's bad here? Why don't you go fucking move to Syria? It's like, why do they have to move? Why can't they just live here the way you do? I don't understand that. And but Donald Trump is a fucking genius that he has everybody talking about this issue because he is trying to get everybody to stop focusing on the pool party he had with fucking Vladimir, what's-his-face over there in Russia. He doesn't want you watching that. He goes, oh, look at this over here. Right? He goes down to Alabama and he gets all them fucking people all riled up and he keeps talking about this fatty over in fucking North Korea. That's what he's doing. It reminds me of when old fucking Slick Willie, you know, bombed that country because he stuck his cigar in that woman's nether region. This is the type of sick people that become president. This is what they do. All right? They get caught doing some fucked up shit. And then I will say this about Trump. At least he didn't go bomb some people. Unlike what's-his-face with his bitch hands who now gets treated like a fucking hero. I don't understand that guy at all. You know what I mean? Oh, how you doing? Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I got caught getting my dick sucked in the Oval Office, so I bombed the country. I might have killed the baby, but I sleep like one every night. I know. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I fucking hate them all. Did you see that thing? What's his face? In fucking Korea considered that we declared war on him, right? So Maggie Magenhall, whatever her fucking name is, Maggie Gyllenhaal. What is the poor woman who has to go out and fucking give the press conferences now because that dude with no neck, you know, who kind of looks like the political version of Roger Goodell, went out there and fucked it all up. The hell's her name? She's got a classic political name. I don't know what the hell it is. She said the fact that North Korea thinks that we're at war with them is absolutely preposterous or something like that. And then like a week before, what's-his-face, Trump basically tweeted like that fatty over there wasn't long for this earth. It's like you kind of just said he's not going to last. He's not going to be around long. That's what he said. I mean, I would take that as a threat. Old Haberdash versus Haberdash. You know what they really need to do? They both need to just go to a whorehouse together and fucking grow up, you know? Bang a couple of whores. They need to do a threesome, right? One of them's getting blown, the other's hitting it doggy style, and just their eyes meet. They just start laughing. Being like, this is a great life, right? You got a personal chef too? Yeah, it's fucking amazing. You live in a castle, live in a White House. I mean, it's cool. They should just talk about, you know, trade stories the way comedians trade stories about bombing. They could just talk about fucking bombing other countries and I don't know what, fishing, whatever people at that level talk about. All right. Let's get to the questions for this week. So I don't have any fucking problem with these guys taking a knee. I try to listen to what it's about rather than getting wrapped up in what it means to me. All right. Pharmacist writing in, Dear Billy Bag Chaser. I don't know what that means. By the way, people, 39 days sober. 39 fucking days. And this is how well I'm doing with my sobriety. When I flew to Canada, I went by this duty free. And there's this Macallan rare cask. They got this new one, Black Oak or some shit like that. And I was like, I'm going to buy that. Okay? I'm not going to take it to fucking Canada and suck it down like a fucking jackass. I'm just going to have this thing waiting for me. You know what I mean? For whenever I fall off the wagon. So this is like what I was thinking the whole ride in. And like, I'm getting off the plane. I'm trying to beat the crowd to get over to the taxi line because I don't fucking Uber and I never remember to set up a car. So I always go to the fucking taxi line. And what's great at LAX is there's never anybody there because nobody fucking takes a taxi. Everybody's got a friend to pick them up. I don't know what the fuck they do. There's always plenty of cabs. So I don't even try to be first in line at the cab stand. I go out of my way over to this duty-free place and I grab this fucking thing, And I like bring it up to the counter and the lady goes, oh my God. She goes, fucking, what a wonderful choice and blah, 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 blah. You have great taste. And I go, oh yeah. I'm on the wagon. When I come off, this is the bottle I'm opening up. She goes, are you going to Canada? I said, nope, I'm going home. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I can't sell you this. And I'm like, why not? She goes, you have to be going to Canada. Something about the duty free. And I'm like, it's legal though. Do they sell this anywhere else in the airport if you're just going back to your home? They're like, no, we don't. So, I don't know. So I had a fucking hissy fit. I had two hissy fits. One on the way there, going through Canadian customs, when they made me take the lime green plastic cover off of my fucking laptop like I somehow had a bomb in there or some sort of bomb residue. And I'm literally taking it off going, I'm going to crack this thing. And they go, well, just try to take it off easily. It's just like, I look like fucking Howdy Doody. What? I'm in this matrix. I like what's going on. Tell me what you want me to do. The fuck? So they make me take that fucking thing off. Ended up cracking the cover, so I'm already in a bad mood. So rather than, growing up and realizing that these fucking people at the what is it, the TCA, TCP, whatever the fuck they are, TA, what is it called? TSA. The fucking TSA, rather than just realizing these people are trying to protect me, which I don't think they're trying to do. I think they're trying to make it as inconvenient as fucking possible, so I'll agree to have my fucking retina scanned so they can share that fucking information and gradually build a fucking robot! Sorry. Put this fucking headphones back. Yeah, so all I wanted was a bottle of booze. That's all I wanted, and they wouldn't sell it to me. So I went online, and I'll figure out a fucking place to get it. All right, let's do the little write-in here. Pharmacist writing in. Dear Billy Bag Chaser, your rant on pharmacists last week was hilarious. We have to be able to laugh at ourselves, right? I just wanted to weigh in on a couple of things. First off, the medication you were prescribed, the anti-inflammatory drug you received, was in the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug class. How the fuck do you know? You didn't even look at it. Maybe you've just been, no, I can tell just by the way he's talking about it. I understand. Basically, these drugs decrease the formation of prostaglandins and thromboxanins. Those chemicals are involved in the inflammation process, which itself causes pain. So these drugs can't just decrease inflammation without also decreasing pain, thus being labeled a painkiller. Oh, okay. NSAIDs are not in the opioid family. Okay. Are not habit forming. I don't know what this guy's talking about, but it sounds like he's blowing my argument out of the water. However, they can be very dangerous in susceptible populations. Why can't you say with addicts? Susceptible populations. You guys are such fucking creeps in that world. NSAIDs. NSAIDs. NSAIDs increase the risk of cardiac events, kidney damage, and stomach ulcers. Oh, I'm sorry, recovered addicts, usually in the elderly or those with pre-existing conditions. I'm not sure what the other drug you received was. If it was a narcotic, opioid, painkiller, and the doctor and pharmacist did not discuss it with you, they would be negligible on their parts. Since when? Since when? I want to know. Now that the fucking heroin epidemic is completely out of control and the state of Ohio is suing pharmaceutical companies? I graduated 4 years ago, and the dangers of narcotics was extremely stressed. Now all the medical bodies are communicating the dangers of narcotics to practitioners and overseeing that prescribing is done appropriately. And maybe this is just it's just how we are, you know? Like when they first had that DDT and they sprayed it all over the place. And this is like, great, we just ended all these plagues. And then we did all this damage to the environment. We created this fucking window that is starting to close, I feel, where it was this golden age of not having to walk around with a fucking boil on your face and dying of the Black Plague. And we just got a little out of control with it. Which would have been great is if, as we eradicated all of these different diseases, if we somehow didn't grow the population. I feel like that's the sweet spot. I feel like that's what the fucking Illuminati should be discussing, is like, what is the optimal number of people, including ourselves, of course, who should be allowed to survive while we keep all the modern day technologies so we can still live this awesome flat screen life with no plagues, but like we also can still sustain like living on this fucking planet. What is that thing? What is that number? And they're not taking callers because they're a fucking closed entity. All right, let me read a few more of these. How much time are we up to at this point?
We're at 18 minutes.
18 minutes plus 37 is 55. Okay, all right, so here we go. Goldmoney.com. Dear Billy Coppernuts, I heard you talk about goldmoney.com on your Monday morning podcast. Whoever emailed you about it didn't explain it very well. I feel like all these are just like free commercials. I haven't put any money into it yet, but now I'm going to speak about it as an authority. But I am considering it as it seems pretty legit. If you listen to Rogan's podcast with Peter Schiff, he explains it pretty well and makes a good pitch. Yeah, but that guy stands to profit off of it. Granted, Schiff admits that he invested money in the company. Yeah, so he's out. He's out. I want an independent fucking, I don't know. I can't even find that anymore. Evidently, they sell you the gold at a low market price, half of 1%, I think. What do you mean half of 1% of what? That's just sort of a number floating out there, right? Stored for you in a vault of your choosing with your name on it. And if you want it, they will actually mail your gold to you for free. Minimum of like 5 grams or something. You also get a MasterCard debit card that you can use to spend your gold/money. Evidently, you can even get a debit card that is made of real gold, which sounds fucking baller. The Federal Reserve and powers that may never let it work, but it seems like a great idea at least. Thanks and go fuck yourself. Yeah, there's a bunch of great ideas. Yeah, I'm all set on that. Hey, you give me your cash and we'll put it in gold in a vault that you choose. That's not where you can see it. All right, dating in Saudi Arabia. Maybe, I don't know. It sounds like even if their mind is in the right place, it's going to go belly up, and then they're all going to write themselves bonus checks off your gold. That's what I would guess would happen. Or the Federal Reserve will come in and say this is all illegal and take all the gold, and then act like it's in Fort Knox when it's really fucking, I don't know. I don't know where the fuck it is, somewhere in the Hamptons. All right, dating in Saudi Arabia. Hey there, Billy the Pie Maker. Hope you're having a great day. Anyways, I wanted your advice on this problematic shit that I'm stuck in. I met this lady through a common friend of ours. Oh, God. We talked. This is going to get messy when you break up with her. Then you're going to lose her and a friend. We talked. She's a really cool person. We got a lot of things in common. Then we met again twice as a friend. And now I want to ask her out. But here's the thing. She is Egyptian and I'm Indian. And we live in Saudi Arabia, and dating is illegal here. Well, then what the fuck did you go out with her for? Now your heart's going to cause you to get your fucking... What do they do if they beat your feet in the square? They're going to fucking slap your dick around in public or something? Whatever the punishment is over there. I mean, the authority could deport you immediately or worse, send you to jail for years. Now, I really like this girl. More than your freedom? All right. Now, I really like this girl, and you not even love this girl, and I've already thought of names for our kids before she even said yes to me, but I'm really stuck on thinking through my brain. Okay, this is second language here. I'm going to try to help this out here. But I'm really stuck here. What should I think, through my brain or through my dick? Should I? Well, dude, none of that is your heart, so you should just leave. Should I ask her out and open for a whole another level of problems, or should I just shut the fuck up? Any advice from you is highly appreciated. Love the podcast and love you as a brother. Go fuck yourself. There's not a woman or a man out there worth going to fucking prison in Saudi Arabia. I know how bad the prisons are over here. I don't know what they're like over there. You guys got a lot of oil money? Although I did run into this guy from Saudi Arabia who's laughing his ass off at me. He goes, dude, we don't all have oil money. And I was just like, all right, fair enough. There's oil men over here. I don't have any of that money. Yeah, dude, I would walk away from this shit. It's fucking illegal. You could go to jail. You could get deported. You know what I mean? And even if you love somebody, they're going to annoy the shit out of you. So, I mean, is that worth going to jail for? You know, I don't mean, is it illegal to just bang her? But then if you love her, I don't know. I would get out of that. I'd get out of that. All right. Great movie scene, unknown actor. All right. Oh yeah, I was talking about this is a new topic here where I was talking about actors that you saw just do like 5 lines in a fucking movie and they absolutely destroyed it. And you and your friends still quote them. You don't even know their fucking names. I brought up that guy last week, the guy from Reservoir Dogs. The guy in, when Tim Roth's character is, what is he? He's in the fucking bathroom, and that cop's telling that story. I said, buddy, I am going to shoot you in the face. Put your fucking hands in that dashboard. Love that guy. So here he goes. One of my favorite scenes with an unknown actor was Kill Bill 2. Bill's brother, Bud. I need to see these movies to do this justice. I mean, I saw this, but I don't remember it. She wore the same outfit, that fucking yellow outfit in both movies, didn't she? Bill's brother, Bud, is working as a bouncer at a rundown strip club. He shows up late for work, gets called into his boss's office. His boss, Larry Gomez, is played by actor Larry Bishop, and he looks like half a wolf man. After doing a line of blow with a haggard-looking stripper, I vaguely remember this, he levels his gaze at Bud and says, I don't know what car wash you worked before you came here that let you stroll in 20 minutes late, but it wasn't owned by you. But it wasn't owned by me, and I own a fucking car wash. I just butchered that line. People, I can't read. I've realized that I need glasses and I have slight dyslexia. Like, I was trying to write squawk today, and I knew all the letters, and I just could not remember. So I was trying to remember what squawking 7,700 versus 7,500. I always get those two mixed up, if that's an emergency landing or a fucking hijacking. Because one's stay alive, and the other is fucking go to heaven. All right. Sorry, that's how you remember it. 75, stay alive. 77, go to heaven. All right? 75 is hijacking. 77 is emergency. And 76, need a fix, means your fucking radio is out. This doesn't mean anything to you guys. I don't know what car wash you worked before you came here that let you stroll in 20 minutes late, but it wasn't owned by me, and I own a fucking car wash. There you go. That was a good fucking read. That makes me want to go see that movie. He then proceeded to give this world-class assassin a humiliating dress down, telling him he's as useless as an asshole on his elbow and crossing off all his scheduled work days on the calendar. He finishes by telling him never to wear his cowboy hat to work and has him cleaned a clogged toilet on his way out. All Bud can do is stand there and take it. I hope you've seen this great movie. If not, it's worth a watch. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. I'm going to go watch it again. All right. I think this bit is going to make people go see these cool movies again, and it's also going to make everybody laugh at how bad I can't fucking read out loud. All right, Bill, my favorite line in a comedy ever might be from Blazing Saddles, delivered by Slim Pickens. He rides into the scene where his workers are singing Camtown Races? I always thought it was Camtown Races, and says, "What in the wide, wide world of sport is going on here? I hired you people to try to get a little track laid, not to jump around like a bunch of Kansas City faggots." I remember that line. Whatever the hell that means. And I'm quoting a movie, by the way, before everybody gets all fucking uptight about that. Richard Pryor wrote on that. And he was actually supposed to be the lead in that. And then they went with the other actor, and I don't know any of the actors' names. Okay. Number 3. Bill, you asked for movie lines said by a non-movie star actress that your listeners' friends talked about. For my group of friends, it's a line from Ghostbusters. When Peter Venkman, Bill Murray, shows up to Dana's W. Weaver apartment right after the dog monster runs loose from Louis Tully. I've never seen that movie. I've never seen Ghostbusters. I'm just not a sci-fi guy. Is that considered sci-fi? Venkman shows up to the scene and asks a cop, "What happened?" And the cop nonchalantly replies, "Some moron brought a cougar to a party and it went berserk." My friends and I have been quoting that cop for years. Check it out at 2:30 of the following. Oh, I can look at these I can click on the links. This is even better. Why have me read it when I can click on the links? All right, we'll compare my read.
Come on, boys. The way you lollygagging around here with them picks and them shovels, you think it was 120 degrees. Can't be more than 114. When you was slaves, you sang like birds. Come on, how about a good old nigger work song?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck kind of link are you sending me here? I thought that was going to go to your fucking... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Am I going to have an apology video here? What the fuck just happened? All right, do I do this other one? This is my...
How you doing? Why don't you have some of the brie? It's at room temperature. You think it's too warm in here for the brie?
Louis, I'm going home.
Well, don't leave yet.
All right, fuck all these things. These things are going to be too long, and evidently they have the N-word in them. Oh, boy. Do I need to take a knee after this one? All right, number 4. I have 2 unknown and unheralded actors with memorable movie lines. Both are the great Mel Brooks movies. The first one is The Roman Soldier in the History of the World, Part 1. The Empress is approaching, but there's a horse and a carriage in the way. The Roman soldier looks directly at the camera and says, "Move that miserable piece of shit." The over-the-top way he delivers the line comes out of nowhere. I say it all the time, and the best impression I can do. You know what I got to do? I have to get the actual clips for this to work, because what I'm now doing is ruining great movies. All right, Girlfriend Believes in Ghosts. All right, Girlfriend Believes in Ghosts. Dear Grandmaster B, I met this lady a few weeks ago. Things went really good. She's very cool. I found her good looking, and we have a lot of stuff to talk about. I didn't have a lot of relationships in the past. I'm 32, and I picked up my game about 4 years ago. Everything was great until we went to a restaurant one day, and she told me she believes in ghosts. Not just that, she said she actually sees them and even got patients who come to her for treatment about it. I tried to be open-minded about it. Oh, my God. I can just hear the silverware hitting the plates at this point. Trying to compare it to people who believe in God. But her believing in this keeps bugging me. I'm not saying she's crazy or wrong. Who am I to know? But she doesn't sit right the way I see the world. Well, then fucking drop her. This is the thing now. There's this whole fucking straight across the board. You have to look at everything like, all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. Like, if you're dating and somebody does something and it makes your body literally go like, what the fuck? And then you're going to fight that feeling and go, well, maybe I need to stop being so ghostophobic. It's like, no, it's fucking ghosts. It's weird. You know, you're going to fucking live with Whoopi Goldberg's character from Ghost. That's what you're going to do. People trying to sit on her and shit. Trying to sit on your wife. That's what you're going to sign up for. I mean, if that's what you're into, by all means do it. But if you're on a date and there's like, that's a major fucking thing. Because it's not like she just believes in it and every once in a while she's going to hear like a thump in the house and start telling you it's a ghost when you're like, honey, it's fucking air in the pipes. All right? We just have to fucking turn on the faucet. Remember, the plumber did work today and they shut it off for a second? That's what that is. You know, that's not that. She's going to become like a ghost hunter and all of that stuff. And gradually she's going to start dressing more and more like she can predict the future. And you don't want to fuck that. You know what I mean? When they start wearing those long flowing things, you just so many layers of clothes to try to pick up, to just get it going, you know? You start wearing like curtains and shit. You don't need that. Anyways, all right. Sorry that whole fucking movie thing I don't know. Can you guys just send me the goddamn clip? Or I guess you sent me the clip. What I should have done was cue it up. I try to do too many things. I try to promote shit. I try to do all that and then do the whole thing. And the whole fucking thing just fell apart. All right. Let me just finish with this last thing. A buddy of mine is opening a fucking a new comedy club on the Upper West Side in Manhattan. Okay? Friday, October 6th and October 7th. It's like a little 100-seat fucking club. I'm going to be coming to town in November, and I'm going to pop in and do a spot. I love little clubs like that. Let's see here. Russ Maneve's going to be there. Greer Barnes, Mark Norman, John Fish, Sherrod Small, Brian Scott McFadden, and many more. It's going to be a great show. If you're on the Upper West Side, sorry. It's on 201 West 75th Street. It's right next to the Beacon Theater, which is also cool. You know what I mean? You go in there, and you fucking do your spots, and you come out, and you go, wow, someday I'll be across the street. It's tremendous. Give it a shot if you're in town. Friday, October 6th and October 7th. I got the hiccups. That's the podcast. Please check out Felipe Esparza's new stand-up special. What's it called? Translate this September 30th on HBO at 10 p.m. This feels more like indigestion. I haven't even eaten today. All right, go fuck yourselves. I'll check in on you on Thursday.